And we're back for the Summer Game Fest Accessibility Summer Showcase
2025.
by Laura K.
K.
Dale.
Yeah.
That's her last name is Dale.
Laura K. Buzz.
I have wanted to make like a video on the ridiculous look deep lore of this person for years because they are nuts. Back in the day, they did some crazy stuff, but now they've kind of settled. They've allowed the past to be the past, and now they do. Basically, their big claim to fame is doing this show during the Summer Games Fest every year. So, let's see how to make... Yeah, the R-Traps gay thing. She was a big part of that back in 2017. So, let's see how we can make video games more inclusive, guys. Do you want to see it? Do you want to have your... Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Just press the button.
Okay, we'll just go.
Press le
Yeah. We're just...
Tape le bouton.
Okay. I think we're good to go. Let's roll.
Wonder if their sound's gonna be shit.
Oh, of course.
Hello everyone, I'm Laura K. Dale, better known online as Laura K. Buzz, and I'm here to welcome you to the Accessibility Summer Showcase 2025. I'm a white woman with bright blue hair, shaved short on one side. I'm wearing glasses and a Pac-Man t-shirt.
Where's the
I
pack?
know you're here for the video game trailers, so I'll try to keep my introduction brief.
Way down.
Over the next 45 minutes or so, you're going to see a bunch of trailers
No, they
for
do not
upcoming
pass
video
Max
games.
Alice. Is the
Some
point.
of them are being made by disabled game developers, and all of them are being designed to be
shaving
accessible
one
to
side
as
of the
wide a
head
range of
doesn't
disabled players as possible. We can't promise that every video game in the showcase will be playable by every person tuning in, but our aim is to make sure that if a game seems exciting, you know upfront whether or not you're going to be able to play it.
Why do
Our
people
hope is
insist
that for
on
most of you
this?
tuning
Here's
in, there
what I
will be at
look
least
like.
a handful of
It's
games
for
shown in
blind
the
people.
showcase
Yep.
Yeah.
that will have the correct mix of accessibility settings and features that
the
you need to be
truest
able to play the
closed
game upon
captioning.
release.
Yep.
If you want to see most of today's games in one place, organised by accessibility support type, you can check out our Steam event page by going to
Wonder
bit.ly
how much it matters to
Summer
blind
Showcase
people.
2025.
Like what other
There
people
you'll find
look
demos
like.
for each game,
Like truly
as well
blind
as being able
people?
to wish
Yeah,
list
I don't
the
know,
capture
man. I don't
around.
think
That's why they
does.
touch. That's the
This
little
year's
touch of
showcase is
face.
sponsored by Many Cat Studios, an innovative game development studio creating new solutions to barriers in gaming through recruitment or engaging with video games. The Accessibility Summer Showcase is available with American
shelf
Sign
of
Language, British
plushes
Sign
and
Language,
stuff.
and audio-described
Might be
versions
like
every
a
year.
memorabilia or
And Many
something.
Cat Studios
Probably.
support
It's
this
a
summer
it's a
was
Phantom
vital
Menace
in
one.
helping us to produce these additional versions of the event.
You never know, it
That's
might
enough
be.
Gotta
me.
love the
Let's
echo.
jump
Is
into
that
the
on
game
your end or
trailers.
the hosts? Is there an
Welcome
echo?
to Chromagun 2, a first-person
No, there's
puzzle
not. It might be
that
echoing
covers
through
the
our
key to solving
mics.
intricate
Okay,
challenges.
puzzle game.
That's why I try to like adjust it
Puzzles
so you guys don't hear that
drawers,
echo.
Mechanical assistants that are drawn to walls of the same color.
Okay.
Need to guide a droid? Just
Portal
paint the
like.
walls. Mix colors to open new paths,
This
solve
can be
puzzles,
okay.
and outsmart the game's
good.
many clear obstacles.
Let's hear it out.
But that's just the beginning. Because Chromagun 2 is all about color, we knew some players might face difficulties. Those with color blindness or vision impairments could struggle to differentiate between key elements of the game. That's why we created the colorblind mode, a revolutionary accessibility
Whoa.
feature designed to make Chromagun 2 playable for as many
Yeah.
players as possible.
Yeah, makes sense.
In
Just
colorblind
like it
mode,
makes
colors
the-
are represented by unique symbols. Blue is marked with a circle, red a vertical line, yellow a triangle. Every color-coded object in the game is assigned a
Cool.
clear, intuitive symbol. And with symbol tracking, players can easily follow color interactions in real
Max, you're
time,
good.
making puzzles more accessible than ever before. And what about
Yeah,
mixed
yeah, I
colors?
agree, Cassidy.
We've got
Like,
the
the
covered.
colorblind modes are just fine.
Like in traditional color theory, combining blue and red creates purple. In colorblind mode, this means the blue circle and red line merge into a new recognizable symbol, a circle with a stripe. This system ensures that colorblind players can experience every puzzle, every challenge, and
That
every
is
moment of
smart.
Chromagun 2
Yeah.
without compromise.
Good job on the devs being creative in the solution.
Yeah, yeah. No, like there's some accessibility things that I don't mind. It's like, oh, colorblind mode, fine. But there are some people who use accessibility to be like, the
Chromagun
game should
2,
be
a
easy.
first-person puzzler
There should be no
with
such
colors,
thing as hard
also
mode. It's like,
accessible
fuck
for
off.
people with colorblindness.
Like, people complain
Oh,
about
Liza
Elden
P was there's been a bunch of shit going on the Liza
Spray
P
Paint Simulator is a
fandom.
relaxing and
Why?
satisfying
What's going
game that
Oh,
allows you to
about the
express your
DLC
creativity as you
adding
take
some
items
kind
from
of
drag to
difficulty
fab.
slider.
You'll
And them
start your own
saying
spray
that
painting
they
business,
said initially they
meet with
weren't,
some of
and now
Splatterville's
they
most
are adding it.
eccentric clients,
I'm like,
and
well,
fulfill their
I'm just gonna
requests.
play it the way it was designed originally.
You'll manage
Yep.
your equipment and supplies,
So
start each task by prepping your
whatever.
space, and then
Personally,
paint to
I don't really
perfection.
care.
After completing jobs, you can unlock free spray mode, allowing you to paint everything you can reach to your heart's content, alone or with a friend.
Wow.
The team at North Star Video Games, in collaboration with Whitethorn Games, has worked hard to make sure that their game can be played by as many people as possible.
I'm just walking up here free. Just free walking on here. It's fine. I won't fall off.
In Spray Paint Simulator,
Also, there's
complete
Gundams.
jobs at your own pace. There are no time penalties. and you can leave a job at any point and pick up right where you left off the next time you play.
Okay.
You also
Yeah,
have the option
people
of
also
skipping the
use a lot
preparation
of
phase, so you can jump right
accessibility
into
stuff to
painting.
be like, the game is
Use
easy,
the task highlight feature to show
and
areas
there's
you need
no
to mask or paint.
challenge because you
You
don't
can
want you to
edit
be
the duration
stressed
of
out
the
and have a
highlight
panic
so it stays
attack.
visible longer,
It's like,
and you
okay.
can change the highlight color so it will stand out no matter what color you're painting
There-
with.
Teach their own, I guess.
There is value in having things be challenging.
There are a
you know?
variety of options to fine-tune how you play, making sure that your spray
Yeah,
tool
this
is
is definitely
perfectly suited to your
reverse
preferences.
power wash.
Yep, that's what it is.
Toggle
It's
between
reverse
tap
power
and
wash.
hold
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
X.
that's exactly it.
Adjust the size of
I remember
controller
the
bed
witness
sound,
getting flack
and
because
separately adjust the
there were
sensitivity of camera
color-based
movements
puzzles
while
that used so
walking
many
and spraying.
different colors. A colorblind one wouldn't have worked either. You know, the witness was
Also
kind
use
of
aim mode
just
to keep the camera still while you move the
yeah.
spray tool. Allow
You're
you to
having a
paint
panic
details with ease.
attack.
Nice.
Smiles.
For better visual accessibility, you can customize the amount of cameras moving, increase reticle size.
Good God.
Set the field of
Haven't
view
you
to
people
4
heard of a
and
drop
degrees.
cloth?
Okay,
There
like
are also separate
field of
audio
view stuff.
channels
Is that
and
really
sound
accessibility? It's
effects.
just like
Yeah.
that's been in the games. It's like Doom,
Spraying sound
the
effects.
first fucking Doom.
Yeah, they say it is because people,
And music.
some people will get, you know,
Like-
vertigo and
Oh,
shit.
dude, music volume.
as well
That's
as a
totally
choice of
like.
stereo or mono
What is
audio.
this?
As always,
Yeah, I don't-
you can get the full
Why-
details.
why
of
is
the
this accessibility?
features
Why do-
available in
audio-
this
yeah,
and
those
any of
audio
our
choices
titles
have been
by
around
visiting
for ages.
whitethorngames.com and clicking on the accessibility section.
Square hasn't announced
Oh, yeah.
shit.
We hope you'll enjoy playing Spray
Well, no,
Paint
they announced
Simulator,
the Final Fantasy
available now on
Tactics
Steam, Xbox
remaster.
Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox
Alright,
One,
they announced one game.
Xbox
That's
Game
their
Pass,
second
and
remaster.
PlayStation
They,
5
they,
and 4,
they remastered it
and will be
on the
available on
PSP
Nintendo Switch
as
on
War of
June
the
19th.
Lions like 10 years ago.
We here at
And that
Access
remaster looks different,
Ability
actually.
recognize
Okay.
that the needs of blind gamers are often overlooked by the games industry at large, with relatively few game developers and publishers tackling making their games accessible for partially sighted or sightless blind players.
Well, because you can't
so
see it.
every
Like,
year we make an effort to
some
find
things you just
unique,
can't do, man.
interesting,
So
and
you're
creative
gonna-
games to showcase that
you're
are
just
aimed
gonna
to be
make an
playable
audio
by a
game?
wide range of blind gamers, ideally
That's
without
fun.
requiring sighted assistance.
I'm just curious.
This year, as
I
part
think
of our
it's
push
a-
to
I think
showcase
it's cool.
more blind
Well, let's
accessible
see. Let's
games,
see.
we paid attention to the Games for Blind Gamers Game Jam, an event in its 4th year trying to encourage creative game design exploration focused on blind player accessibility.
You hit a wall.
That said,
Yep.
I'm not blind myself, so I'm going to hand this over to someone who was involved in this year's event.
I'm just thinking
so
like
they can tell you about
a blind
games that
game
won
where you play it
and some
by
interesting projects that you might want
audio,
to keep an eye on.
but on screen it's
Hello
like
there,
fuck
this is
you.
Scott. I was one of the judges
He just
for the
insults
Games for
them.
Blind Games.
You could.
Being a part of
Although
this
anyone
event,
else
both as a
walking
judge
into the
and also
room is
just
gonna be like,
a
yeah,
they're
player
insulting
you.
participating and trying out all the games was honestly really amazing.
Yeah, see, this
Because
is
the game
it's
jam
a
itself is not new.
text-based
We've had a
game.
couple
But you're
before,
blind.
but I think this
Yeah, but
year
it's reading-
was
it'll read it out to
really
you and stuff.
unique
Okay.
in terms of quality and the kinds of games we had before. Because what often people gravitate toward when they think of a game accessible to blind gamers is usually really simple concepts, like a simple maze where you're trying to find your way out, or like a Simon type game where you just have to repeat sounds based on by pressing buttons, for example. Well, this year we got a
Our
lot
game is
of
capable of
unique
being played by Helen
games that
Keller.
I think set the bar much higher and showed that blind people can play much more complex games even. And the winner that we picked was
Wasn't the
one
only
of just
person that
many
was,
amazing examples. Actually, picking a
deaf and
winner this
blind.
year was incredibly difficult. And the game that ended up ultimately winning, called Unseen Awakening, was
a
really
vibration
cool
game.
because it kind of subverted the blind protagonist trope, which is also something that was really popular, where some blind person saves the day by swinging a sword around, for example. Well, in this game, you are a blind person saving the world, but you're not the main hero. You're just part of a group of heroes, and actually, you're not the one attacking. You're doing the healing for the party, and also occasionally stunning the enemies or keeping them at bay. And that game was amazing, both in terms of the voice acting, the music, the sound effects, and the idea, which even though was kind of simple, just was, I think, just really interesting.
Okay.
And that's really scratching the surface. We had a very hard time picking our winner.
Perfect enemy to test your abilities. Keep using your spells on me, though. Kineto. Press space to start the battle.
Dude, wait. It's just heel slut
Has
simulator.
been feeling a
Yep.
little parched.
Kineto.
Oh boy.
Now my blade will blur in the wind.
Flashbacks.
Kineto. Leonardo. My blade will blur in the wind. On cooldown.
We
Yeah,
had
see,
some
it's
other
all about
really
the
amazing
audio.
games. We had a
Turn the
trading
braille settings up.
simulator where you're
There
on a
was
boat
something like
where you
that.
can also
There's
do
like
tricks
a
and ride the waves
attachment
while
that
you're
you could put on
moving
a
from port to
monitor.
port with some complex navigation.
Some
added
way
in.
you could- people
We had a
could
very
read
fun,
braille on
cozy
over
game called
monitor.
Barista where you are running a coffee shop and you need to serve customers some different beverages, and the customers are
Blind
just very
esports
entertaining,
gonna
and the
be
game itself
sick.
is a very cozy and chill vibe with some
Oh
amazing
my
voice acting.
God. Yeah, it's gonna be on the radio.
Intuitive much? Try making a single shot espresso.
Okay.
Gotcha! You're not holding a cup. Ugh,
Foiled again.
Works every time.
Just making fun of you for being blind. You fucking moron, where's the cup?
Oh my God.
You're not even holding it.
A long
And then we had
espresso?
even
What the hell's
more
the
complex
difference?
games, like, for example, Necromancer Nonsense, which is a full-on RTS. And these kinds of games show that blind people can play even much more involved games, assuming that you have, text-to-speech and maybe some additional keyboard shortcuts, so you can, for example, look
And
around
also
the map
things
in
go
an
very
RTS
slowly.
and see what's going on and some additional audio cues. But even the simpler ideas that we had were done in a really
Hey, Woozy,
interesting way.
how's it
We also
going,
had
man?
games that were
I haven't
not
seen
only
you in a while.
ASMR,
Woozy
but
and
also
Berto
people
Alcon?
of
Dude,
other
guys
are
games.
showing
For
up.
example, we had
Because
Zombie
we
Survival
never
game,
did Ghost Trick,
Control,
that's why
with just
Woozy's
one
the
button
one
that also
showing.
had amazing audio.
now.
We had roguelikes, we had some more traditional maze games as well, but
Could've
it
done a
really
whole
just showed how creative you can get and,
Now we have to watch
and
the
some of the games you can
French
have that are
flag
both blind accessible
twice.
but also really fun. Something else that came out of this jam is an amazing community, both of developers who have taken their knowledge and took it to their future projects.
this is
as
the
well as
actual-
otherwise. An amazing community of gamers and developers, as well as some really helpful resources
It's
that
just
people have come up
dots in
with
a
on the way. So if you are a
magenta
developer
sky
thinking of
for the
making your
future.
game blind friendly, it can be done, and there are a lot of us who are very hungry for more games, even if they're more complex ones. We definitely need more very complex games in our community, and I think this jam really also showed that it can be done. All of the jam developers have also come up with some really awesome resources. There's a wiki and a Discord community with some very awesome people on it. And if you would like to try making a blind-friendly game, then please join any future jams, because there will be more. We are planning more events like this. And even outside of that, if you want to add some blindness accessibility
Yeah, I
features
feel like
to
an
your game,
audio
please do. There are
TTE
many
would be
people
a
out there
good
who will be willing to test the game for you, provide
blind
feedback,
game.
and obviously
Well, especially if you
the game
combine it
actually
with,
comes out, play and enjoy it.
I mean, this is going
And
to
of
be
course, if you want to
crazy,
see
but
how
I
it can
mean,
be done and also
that
have a lot of
whole
fun along the way,
metahuman,
please do check out all the
Unreal
games that
kinda,
were submitted this year. Not just the ones that won, but also really every
coming
other game that was
across and,
out that was
you know,
submitted, because they were
using
really
that
accessible,
for,
really well made,
an
and of course,
audio-based
I think
game,
most
accessibility,
important,
all kinds of
really
like
fun.
Thank you so much to everyone
There's
who brought
a
this
lot of
year's
hope, there's a
Games
lot
for
of potential
Blind
there.
Gamers game jam to my attention. It has been home to so many
Sorry, guys,
truly
it's like
fantastic
it's
games that I highly recommend people check out.
not
You
really
can find the game jam and try
easy
out
to
all
make
the
fun of
info
this stuff.
at
not right now.
I mean, I can if you want.
No, I think we
Been
should
keeping
at
magic was
least try
The
to be a
Unseen
little bit
Awakening.
civil here.
The trading simulator set on a lake was called Lacus Opportunitas. The coffee shop game was called Barista. And the real-time strategy game was called Necromancer Nonsense.
Oh.
Please explore the full list of
nonsense, all right.
submissions.
I don't know.
We
I
only
just
had limited time today to highlight a few favorites.
I feel
but
like
there
if
are so
you're
many
like
great
just
submissions this
fucking
year worth pointing out.
blind, get a different hobby.
Hi everyone,
Gaming's not gonna
Corey
work.
Gamer here, accessibility advocate and junior accessibility
Jesus,
specialist
dude.
at
Some
Maker Studios.
things just you just
When
can't
Laura
do
came to
it.
me and asked me
Now, there's people that
tell you all
are
why
not
accessibility
born
important,
blind,
the first thing that came
Cassidy?
to mind
or they're only
was a
partially
story
blind.
Cassidy,
from an
are
event
you
I was at in
questioning what a heel
2023.
slut
I was
is?
volunteering
Do I
on a
Do I have
stand
to explain
put
this
together
on
by
stream,
that
or should I
buddy.
make you do it?
It was
Like, you're the healer. You're the
Games
one
Down.
that you have to spam heals.
That's
That's
not
all
what-
you.
Heel
that's not what
slut is
heel
a
slut is.
specific
It's
thing,
not that
Dave.
bad.
Oh God, is it
Accessibility
is it
firsthand, whether disabled,
Overwatch related?
abled,
No.
or a gamer. And we had this young family come to the stand.
Come on, what's
Young
going on
girl
here?
herself
It's not-
was 6-7 years old, had quite bad cerebral palsy, was currently
Oh.
in a World Cup, and she was Paw Patrol mad.
Everyone's Paw Patrol.
All she wanted to do
Well,
was play Paw
Elon Musk
Patrol,
will solve that. Just brain chip
and
it.
she couldn't.
He's too busy
So,
fighting with Trump.
We got her set up on the accessible kit from Xbox, got her set up on that, and she started playing Paw Patrol. Her mum started crying, her dad started crying, because her excitement was just so unreal. Which
Cool.
led to me and Simon from Adapt IT both crying, and for me that really hammered home why accessibility is important, because we don't do it for us, we do it for the enjoyment of others. And for me, you can't recreate that. It was a
Turns
young
out the
girl
girl was faking it.
that was
Mom
that
just
excited to be
accepts her
playing the
Fiverr.
game. She couldn't handle her
Thanks, we're gonna get
emotions,
famous
and
now.
for me, that's
Buy
what it's all
yourself
about.
some chips.
It's about making a difference.
Hi, I'm Darzington of
Actually,
the
one of
indie
the
studio
people who
Darzal
had like
Games,
an
and I'll
Elon
be
Musk brain
showcasing the
chip,
accessibility
one of the
features
test
for the two
people,
games we've
was a guy
released
who
so
was
far. I have chronic hand
quadriplegic.
and limited manual
And
dexterity,
he played
and
Civ
so
5
design
with
our
it.
games
He's
to
like, this is
accommodate people's
amazing.
similar issues.
Good.
As a gamer,
damn,
I'm
dude.
limited
For
in the
him,
kinds of
as
games I
long
can
as it's
play.
not used
So
for
we're making
evil
more
later,
games for
but-
people like me.
Meanwhile, Elon just
What
brain
that
raping
means is
himself.
our games don't have any time pressure. They can be played with a mouse
As
or
opposed to the
keyboard or a
other
controller.
guys.
Players never have to hold down a button or do button combos. Control
Okay,
remapping is supported
this-
through Steam, and we make official configurations
No
for
holds or
one-handed.
combos.
In
That's
our
just
first game, Quest Giver, you play
Well,
as an NPC.
make it
giving out
easy.
quests
That's
to
all it
do.
No,
is.
yeah,
But
but
your
like
manager is
that's
looking for any
like
excuse
for
to fire
people
you,
who
and the
have
local
like
heroes have
trembling
little
hands, who
patience for
can't
your
like
NPC.
do the combos and
It's sort
stuff.
of a management
I think
visual
this is
novel.
just
In each
more
scenario, you choose
of
appropriate
a
quests for the heroes in your roster to help
like
them to
you
level
can
up,
make
as well as navigate
games that
dialogue
are
choices to try to get one of the good
generally
endings.
specific
Quest
to
Giver is a text-heavy game, so for ease of reading, we've
like whatever
included two
disabled
font
thing
options:
you're
a
going
retro
towards,
pixel font
but it's
or
going
an
to be a
easier
different
to
type
read
of
sans
game
serif
than
curved
other
font,
games.
and also
No,
the
I
ability
agree
to show
with you.
dialogue text
It's
instantly
just
instead of
that-
spooling it out and thus reducing motion. This puts the emphasis on the game's story rather than the mechanics, so you can focus on
just
getting
that
fired
those
or
things will
assassinated,
make the game
destroying the entire
easy for
world,
people
falling
who
in love,
aren't.
joining a cult, starting a mutiny,
But
getting
it's-
seduced
you
by
don't have
Satan,
that
and
visibility.
more.
But if it's not made for
Our
them,
second
then
game
why
is
should they
Six-Sided
care?
Stories.
Well,
It's a
if
chill
you're gonna
puzzle
be like
game with
min
relaxing
maxing, dude,
lo-fi
why
beats
wouldn't you
and cute
fucking
animals.
use the
Six-Sided Stories
easy
is like a
mode?
jigsaw puzzle, but instead of placing each piece, you flip
Like,
and color
let's
them.
say that
Listen,
you're-
if you feel the
Each
need
puzzle
to
moves
min-max a
into the
puzzle
next
game,
one,
I don't know
follow
what to tell you.
the
if you're like a speedrunner,
As we
you're
move
gonna do
forward
it.
with
You'd
the
be like,
story,
yeah,
the
of
puzzles
course,
get
Yeah.
I'll
trickier,
min max
with
that
more
shit.
pieces and
Let's
finer
roll.
details.
That's the bread
In
and
terms of
butter.
accessibility,
Oh shit, dude! Can I just
in
skip all the
Six-Sided
bosses
Stories, the
because
relevant
it too much
features are based
stress
on
on
the game design
my
itself.
on my
Since it's
totally
like the jigsaw puzzle, you can play
you
at the
know
pace you want, and there's no fail
like
state.
me getting panic
There's
attacks
no
all the
text
time.
at
I'll
all
just
in the
turn
game,
that shit
greatly
on and just skip
increasing
all the bosses,
accessibility.
get the speedrun world
Color is an
record
important aspect
base.
of the game,
It just
and
seems
so
like
the
you're
palette and
cheating.
puzzle pieces were made with this in mind to accommodate colorblind players.
I think it's just different,
And finally,
different
there are
strokes for
two
different
systems.
folks,
You can
like
view the full
game-wise,
page
like
at
game
any time, like looking at the top
genre-wise.
of the box.
Like, I
And
feel
an
like
incorrect
more
piece will
cozy
occasionally
games
wiggle to
are
catch your
generally
attention.
should be like
Six-Sided
more
Stories is designed to be
Yeah.
accommodating to
all
players
the
who just want to relax
accessibility
and work through some
options.
Generally.
Yeah,
Every single one.
I mentioned
okay
Fighting
with that,
games?
yeah.
chronic hand pain
Nah.
and limited memory dexterity.
Yeah,
And this
yeah,
affects me
no,
as a
that's
game
just it.
developer and as a player.
People,
So I've learned to do
the
all
whole
of
thing
my
with,
coding by
with
voice
FromSoft
using a
games
piece of
going,
software
there is
called
a big
Talent
difference, all this.
Voice.
It's like
Here's a
there
quick
is.
demonstration.
It's called putting more points into your vitality, wearing heavier armor, using summons and shit.
It took me months, if not years, to get
already
good at
kind of
programming like this, and I haven't really
guys.
found a way to make art hands-free, but I can't let these challenges stop me from making the games of my dreams.
Oh yeah,
Our
Lord
studio's goal
Cameron.
is to make our games playable by anyone who wants to play them. So we're doing our best
Yeah,
to make our
that's
games
true.
accessible,
I,
as well as making sure that they run on low-spec
I
computers.
skip a lot of
We
text
are just
because
two
I
novice
read it too
developers,
fast.
so we're always open to feedback about how to
Yeah.
make our games more
Yeah.
accessible.
You know, this
Please
is
get
why
in
you
touch if you
can't
have
get
any
through
suggestions.
Disco Elysium. I can't
And if
believe
you
it.
like the look of Questgiver or Six-Sided Stories,
I mean,
they're both available on
Well,
Steam
no,
now.
I don't like
took a while.
not like skip.
Soul
Like
Blaze
I
is a
just
creature
like
collecting
I know, yeah.
roguelite for PC, Mac,
You
and
cut it
Windows,
off.
in which you
You cut it
capture
off
and
when
train
it's ongoing.
animals to challenge and defeat
Okay,
the
okay,
bosses
what's going
of
on
the
here?
region.
Let's see.
Combat evolves around rolling and spending dice to activate your moves, called tricks.
Okay.
Different effects can make your
Dice-based
moves
Pokemon,
even
okay.
stronger, such as rolling a double or matching the colors, allowing for
slap.
building around certain strategies by matching trick
God.
effects and
In
dice. Soul Blaze
D&D
features a selection of
recently, like
accessibility
yesterday's,
settings, which I'm constantly
session.
improving and adding to.
I had him
such
roll
as
the
the text-to-speech
D1.
mode, which
You rolled a
features
nat
screen
one?
reader support
No, no,
for
no.
native OS text-to-speech
Oh, wait.
systems.
How do
and
you-
A
NVDA.
one-sided dice.
It's
During a
impossible. How
battle,
the hell
all
does that
relevant
work?
You can just type like
information is read
roll
out to you.
slash D whatever side you want.
Yeah.
In the game.
Okay.
In the program.
Where's the other
Like
numbers?
D3, D4, D6.
Yeah,
D10,
yeah, I know the actual standard
he typed
ones.
D1 accidentally. He's like, oh, I got a 1.
Well, no,
like,
no shit.
like a D2 is just a coin flip, so whatever, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what is a D1? What do we even look like?
Always use the
Nothing.
inspect
Yeah.
button.
It's like a marble.
It's the absolute.
It's like a marble. You just roll
Yeah,
it.
it's a spherical.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, I got a 1.
Oh,
3.
wow.
Precise. If you pay this skill exacted gains bonus potency equal to its cost.
By pressing left
This
or
is
right,
example of
you
fighting
can
games that
get
you map your own
immediate
buttons. That's what
details
I heard.
over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Pokemon or the opponent.
Like, I'm not
Visual
against this
descriptions.
stuff. It's just that
You always make it sound like you're against
no,
this
no, no.
stuff.
For some things, it would make the game too easy. And if the point of the game is the challenge, then you kind of ruin it. And for other things, like just
You can play the game
some
with
disabilities
mouse,
just can't be
keyboard,
accommodated.
or gamepad.
And in fact, you could actually
And you can
ruin
touch
the
if
game
you're
if you
playing on
try
the Steam
to.
Deck.
It just
And you can
it
remap
really just
all
depends on what
controls
the
in the
game is, what the disability is. There's a lot
For
going
players
on
with
here.
color vision
And
deficiency,
the stuff
I've
that
made
I
sure to
complain
pair
about
all
is
color
when you get
information
like dumb
with
fuck
icons.
journalists who come along
Additionally, you
and
can
they say
fully
like,
customize
no,
colors
every
of
game
flying
must be
categories,
completely
such as
inclusive. No one needs to be.
elements,
It's like fuck off. Like no.
Yeah, well, they don't.
or positive
They
and
sh-
negative
unless no,
Other UI
they're not the
features
ones who
are
should be
enabling
speaking
the
for the
open
people
text
with
and
these
scaling UI
disabilities.
elements or the
anyways.
text size.
Oh, Vsauce made a D1. It's
With
just
the
a 2.
difficulty customizations,
Ah,
you can select
2.
how many
Okay.
dice the enemy has,
I mean, it's weird, but
how much damage you receive or deal,
It's like roll your
including
tube.
yeah, roll your
invincibility,
tube and
that
you'll
you
get
defeat enemies with
it's
one hit,
1 every
or
time.
that capture rate is always 100%.
Yeah, Drag.
If Soul Blaze has piqued your interest, give the demo a try and wishlist the game. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, Laura here again. This next game is a title that I think is tackling a deeply important topic, but one that's not often covered in video games, and is being approached from a more hopeful perspective than you might expect given
I feel
its
rude for
initial
looking at her
pitch.
hair. And
The
just
game touches on
seeing
difficult themes,
old cotton
in this
candy.
case, life I believe this
I
game
see
has
it.
incredible
Wet-
potential and
wet
is
cotton
really
candy.
worth
Wet cotton
showcasing.
candy.
Wet cotton
But I
candy.
wanted to give people a moment of
Right
heads
out
up
of the
and to
spinner.
not be caught off guard by the
Listen,
topic.
considering
I
that
hope you
what I
check out
know
the trailer.
about this
I do
person and
think
what
this
they've
game
done
is
in
doing
the
something
past,
incredibly
I do
special and
not care.
important.
You can treat them as badly as you want.
Wednesdays is a hope-filled narrative game about growing up after child sexual abuse.
Hope?
It
Oh,
is meant to be played
wow.
by everyone, gamer or not. The game alternates between two phases. The Park, which is a simplistic theme park management game, and the Memories, which play like a visual novel or an interactive comic. Both can be played with a mouse, a keyboard, an Xbox controller, or any
Jesus
combination
Christ.
of those. Wednesday's first launch will
This is
always be in
hopeful?
windowed mode to allow the use
guess
of
it's
If I was
like a
playing this, I'd
therapeutic
beg
thing.
for the abuse.
The
Jesus.
settings are accessible from the start and at any time during the game. Wednesdays being a narrative game, a lot of care has been put into the accessibility of text. Players can advance in the story manually by clicking or pressing a button, or they can choose to have the text scrolling automatically. With
Child
three
abuse
different
accessible for everyone.
The park
A
is
game
also
like
Yeah, the wording was
this.
really bad.
but each of them can be replaced by a highly legible alternative font.
I'm looking
5
for
font
it.
sizes are
No.
available.
A game
from very
like
small
this.
Yeah.
to very big. If you skip a line by mistake
Half
or want to
graphic
refresh
novel,
your
half,
memory,
half
all
Yes,
the previous
cozy
versions
games.
are
It's
available
going to
in the
depend
tab.
on the quality of the
The
writing.
text is always
A game
highly
like this.
contrasted,
Yeah.
and all the color
Cozy
palettes
game
were
requires
chosen
all
with
the
different degrees of
Well,
accessibility.
Dev, I know you're
As
only going to say
many
it's
as
shit
possible.
because it's French.
Transmitted by color.
No, but
In
it
the
could
park,
be good
the
if the
cursor
story is
movement
good.
can be
But I don't have much
the
hope
drag and
for
drop
it.
can be
Did you
deactivated,
see
as well as the
Victor's
animations
thing?
if they turn out to be annoying or distracting.
It just
The
happened
music and
4 minutes
sound
ago.
volume, as
Vicar,
well as the sound
hello,
effect
Fuda,
volume,
frail, and
can be
fat.
adjusted independently.
Get out
The
of
game
here.
contains no 3D
What
auto
corporal
effects,
stop did I
and
miss?
all
Thank you,
important
Vicar, for the
effects are
sub, and you
with
missed a
visual
lot.
onomatopoeia. Wednesdays
Blue
requires
hair
no
makes me want a
precision,
blue
no
whale
speed,
drink.
no complex sequence of actions.
What?
It contains no flashing lights.
Makes
no
you want
haptic
one of those,
feedback, and never requires
those drinks
to
don't
hold
exist
down a
anymore,
button.
but like the
The game is
very
available
bright
on Steam,
colored,
but also
not
on
energy drinks.
Sexy blue?
for those who don't
No,
want
no,
to create
no.
an account, nor learn
Oh,
how to use
Sobe?
the complicated
Yeah, I think so.
The lizard on the glass
Yeah,
bottle?
yeah, they're like sweet drinks, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Sobe was awesome. They got bought by
Upcoming
Pepsi
puzzle-based
Co.
dating
and
sim
Pepsi
with
just
heartwarming stories and 11 lovable
just bottomed them.
characters.
Oh, it's
Accessibility is at the
Bejeweled.
core of Heartspell and guides its
Looks
writing
like
and
just a
design.
shitty.
The branching narrative gives players
Oh, it's
choices
just
at every turn.
pronouns.
Choose your
Romantic and
pronouns.
Pronoun game, pronoun game.
You want something from me? Tell me what it
Fucking
is.
pronouns!
The puzzles are challenging, but have no time pressure.
Yeah, but also,
and at
yeah,
any
like,
time,
dude, some of the
players
girls
can adjust the
pretty hot.
difficulty or
Like,
remove
I
the
would.
puzzles entirely.
You
To make the
would
story as accessible
any
as
living,
possible.
breathing
look at her,
woman.
dude.
I'm
What- are
not.
you-
I'm not
Yes, you would
disagreeing.
too!
I know.
Shut
Thousand
up!
words of Heartspell's story are voiced by our cast.
Okay,
of
listen.
Actually, a lot of guys
Wait.
come on, too. I'd probably do everybody.
Yeah. Okay, listen, guys. She's like an 11 out of 10. The
No,
hottest chick
she's
for
an
you.
11 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
She's a fish.
Wait,
Also has more
11 out of 10.
specific options, like
Hottest chick
social
for
media
you.
mode, and the
But
team is always
she
taking
makes you
community
choose your
suggestions
pronouns.
for ways
Would
to
you
make
still
the
do?
game even
Yes.
more inviting.
Oh yeah, also arachnophobia. That's a new thing coming out. It's in a lot of games. Arachnophobia mode. It changes spider enemies to like other creatures.
Yeah.
Spell has a free
I don't think I
demo
like
with
that.
over
That's like
90 minutes of
ridiculous.
No,
content
in
and
fact,
introduces its
they
wonderful
should
world and
watch the
memorable
movie
characters.
Arachnophobia.
I hope I'll see you there.
There you go. There's your flooding. There's your flooding therapy.
A narrative-driven strategy
Where's the bear?
RPG from
Where's the
Blind
bear
Focus
sex?
Studios.
Where's the bears?
As a colorblind developer, we believe
Arachnophilia
that strategic
mode.
depth
All I
shouldn't
need is
come at
become
the cost of
spiders.
accessibility. As a result,
They
Gales of
seldom
Nayeli
do
has
that.
been built
That'd be
from the ground up
hilarious.
with lack of color vision in mind, and is jam-packed with other accessibility features and gameplay modifiers to help tailor the game to your needs. For instance, there are options to receive more strategic advice from Daisy.
I don't know.
the
Like
helpful
I'm
fairy,
50-50
or to
on
make
the spider
faction
thing.
indicators
Just
more visible
because,
to differentiate
not
your
actually
friends
because
from
I would
enemies in the
personally
heat of
use the
battle.
spider mode,
The
but I would
effectiveness can
actually
also
use
be
it
toned
on
down
like
to reduce
scary
eye
ghost,
strain
like
during
grudge
battle
girl mode.
animations.
If it
Turn
had
them into spiders?
No, it's a case because like it's,
a keyboard
I know what you
or
mean.
controller
Yeah.
if
I know exactly
needed.
what you mean.
yeah,
Finally,
So
if you're here
you're
to
playing
enjoy
Deadly
the story
Premonition.
with a
No more of the
relaxed
girls falling on the
play
ceiling. It'd be
experience
something
in
else.
mind,
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
turn
it'd be
on
like a
ideal glow
pinata.
state,
Okay, but
which
now
will
you're
ensure your
changing the
units always
gameplay.
grow to their maximum
So I don't
You can
agree with
still
that.
change it to
Gales of
something
Nayeli is
scary,
made by
just something
strategy RPG
different.
fans,
But if
and
it's
we
still
want
crawling on the
as
ceiling,
many
because
people as
that's the
possible
thing.
to enjoy it.
Which means you're not,
No, yeah.
which means you're not aiming up
Feel free
anymore.
to try out the demo available on Steam and wishlist
Yeah.
the
What-
games
what do you
so
change it
don't
to?
miss the game's launch this summer.
Politician.
No, seriously, like, what do you change it to?
Hi there, my name is
I stand by
Aurelia,
my
and I'm a
choice.
disabled and chronically ill content creator and
Probably,
accessibility
like-
advocate from Norway. And
I
I'm
don't know
also
exactly what I
Snake?
changed it to.
How about
Like,
snakes?
No, you can
I'm
still
born with
have it as a
brain injury
person.
called
I just
cerebral palsy,
specifically
and I
don't
also
want
have
like
arthritis,
scary
and use
girl
that I
with
Clown.
dark
with
hair
my feet.
covering her eyes.
Yes,
How about clown
you did hear
mode?
right.
Her
I
face.
have
That's
a good
it.
setup
Like that's
where I
not.
use
It's
both
not
my
changing the
hands
game.
and
Like
my
it's
feet to
different.
use. And it makes
if
it so that I
you're-
can play a game without
yes.
any pain.
It's-
I don't know
have
what
a
she has.
burning passion for
You
game
missed it, Jess,
accessibility.
Cerebral
And when I
palsy.
saw
Oh,
a game
okay.
that has added accessibility and are from my
Actually
own
missing
home
the one
country
in
was going to
part
be on this
because
show,
you're an
I
idiot.
knew I needed to
represent them.
Yeah, we'll talk about it
All
after,
the way
okay?
From the land of Fjord and Fjall, I debut Sunlight by Krillbite Studio.
Krillbite, I've heard that name before.
Hi, we're Krillbite Studio, and we wanted to give you guys an update on our game, Sunlight. In addition to the existing subtitles, we've added audio description to the game, making it accessible for more people, so they can enjoy this philosophical hike through a beautiful forest.
You're walking through a forest.
Here's how it plays out.
You're with Heather Locklear.
Audio.
You're very warm.
Accessibility. Subtitles. Off. On.
The grass is a bright green. I wish you knew what green was.
I wasn't born blind!
New leaves and branches spring from it as it grows into a tall, lively tree in a lush forest.
Welcome. Are you sitting comfortably? Are you focused? and not thinking about whatever's bothering you these days.
Meditation
very
circle.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm not here to test you. Please.
I would listen to
Walk in the
ASMR
forest
of
and
him.
listen for the sound.
There's a guy, he's
Keyboard
like a
controls.
former Oxford
Move forward with
professor,
W,
kind of he
left
used
with
to do
A,
like Lord of the
right
Rings
with
type
D,
stuff.
and backwards
He has
with
a channel
S.
like that.
Pick up and lay
Sounds
down
almost
flowers
exactly
with
like
space.
that. Yeah, I fell asleep to him talking a few times. Malcolm Guyswhite? Yeah, that's it.
This is incredibly
Sunlight
relaxing.
is a calm
It is, yeah.
experience with no
It reminds me of
fantasy,
that
no
scuba
rush,
diving game on
and
the
no
on
pressure
the
to
Wii.
complete it.
Oh,
Where
Endless,
the-
Endless
where you
Ocean?
go,
Yeah, the whole point of the
you'll
game
end
is just
up in the
relax.
right
Yeah,
place.
right.
Just like swim through the water and just like.
Yeah, I remember playing that at your parents' house.
You are now standing by a flower. Press space to pick it up. You've picked up one flower.
That noise. Bah, bah, bah.
Until it turned. A wave of gentle needles moving over my scenery.
Yeah, Alex Field, that's my
You are now
problem
standing
with
by a
this.
flower. Press
Definitions
space
of
to pick it up.
accessibility are getting
You've
crossed.
picked up
Yeah.
another flower.
Like, there are things that are just core
The sun
experiences,
sets.
like
It's
turn the
getting
music
dark.
down. They're now being
At the
called
outskirts of
accessibility.
the
Like,
forest,
what
there
the
are
fuck?
endless fields of touch
I get it. Some people have really sensitive ears.
Sunlight's
Gotta
update
include
is
them.
out
Okay,
now
volume
to
down. Got it. But like
experience.
accessibility,
Thank you for your
that just seems like
attention.
it's virtue signaling now.
Well, they're just like, hey, we're gonna put you on the same umbrella, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even though,
You might have heard
even
about
if it was
Survival
just
Climber,
a
Karen, and thought the game was gonna be
standard
very
setting.
challenging.
Karen again.
Well, this is true.
Oh,
But the
okay.
team has also put a lot of effort in to make sure people with different skill levels and abilities can enjoy the game. Here's what we've been working on.
Okay.
Karen is a
Well, I mean,
climbing and
there's a
alpinism
mountain
game where you
on the
choose
game.
your own
It's supposed
path
to be
and
hard.
your own difficulty as you overcome a mountain. You need to balance your stamina and your position on the rock face to climb higher. There are no predetermined routes up the mountain, meaning you can choose the one that is
Yeah,
right
no,
for
we
you.
were
Just
interested
be sure
in
to
this
take care of yourself
because
with food
of the
and
no
water so the mountain
predetermined
doesn't
routes.
claim
Yeah.
another victim. We think our newest accessibility option is going to be especially impactful: the rewind. This mechanic allows you to undo any
you just
action in the
fucking-
game. You can even see your stamina usage on the rewind bar.
Breath of the
After a
Wild
fall,
ass
hit the
fall.
rewind button and you can go right back to where you
Wow,
want to
bad.
be. And then you can keep climbing.
Last save 25
Not only
minutes
can you
ago.
use rewind to take back
Oh my-
a mistake, you can also use it to explore and experiment to make your climbing journey in Cairn yours.
Like, unless that's part of the main game as
Cairn also
intended
features
mechanic,
fully
that's
rewindable
just
controls,
cheating.
so you can make your climb feel just right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time mechanic.
And many of the difficulty
Oh,
and
Sands of
accessibility
Time, so
settings can
good.
be customized in the options. You can enable limb highlighting, or
I
you
gotta
can
do a
even
video on
disable
this
quick
topic.
reaction
I
on
gotta- I have
things
a lot
like
to
the
say
piton
about it.
drill.
You have to
Pulse
say it
feedback is
nicer
also
because you
available,
make
so
it sound
always
like
know
you're
when you have good
against
grip.
all this
And of
accessibility when
course,
you're
we
just
have
like
3 difficulty options, so
ranting
you
about
can pick
it.
the challenge that's
That's what
right
I'm
for
gonna
you.
do. Just like,
You
fuck
can do
all the
demo right now
disabled.
and
No
see
one
and
deserves
stage
video
five.
games.
You don't
Only
deserve
Giga
video
Chad.
games. You're not a Giga Chad.
Only.
Dev,
It's
you're on
real
medication.
gamers.
You're on medication. You're already disabled. You're socially disabled. That's for sure.
I'll just get off and fuck you.
The game as accessible as
Yeah, that's just
possible
an easy
in a
mode. It's not
variety
the
of
same.
ways.
Easy mode is
The game
not
is equally
accessibility.
playable
Yeah.
with keyboard, mouse, and controller. With the keyboard, you can switch between
Guest star
hand
the
controls
EFAP
and
host to
directional
give their 2
controls
cents.
from
What?
those chips.
This
And of
this
course,
seems kind
the
of cool.
controls
So
are
I'm gonna
mappable.
go back.
Yeah, go
to
ahead,
the
go
If
ahead.
you prefer to
Okay,
play with the
so
mouse,
I
activate
don't
shift follows
want to
cursor.
change like
Finally,
it's
you can
different
use either
if
stick
the
or the D-pad on your
arachnophobia
controller
mode
to
is
control the
changing
ship.
it into a
Visually,
not
it's of course
scary
fun
creature,
with
like
lots of
turning
particles and
spiders
explosions
into
and so on,
sheep.
but it can
That's
also be
changing it.
overwhelming
That
and
I
make important
strongly
information
disagree
hard
with.
to see.
You're just
So there's
changing it
detailed
into
visual
like
settings,
something
Ridiculous.
else. Yes.
animations, and
You're just
flashes,
changing it
damage
into
numbers,
something
and
else
screenshot.
that is
You can
scary.
adjust the visibility to the
But
background,
not something
relieve
that
it,
like
or tune
makes
dark
you like
gray.
freak the fuck out.
And there's
See,
a
for
color
me,
highlighting
I don't
mode,
like
which
spiders
turns
in games,
enemies
but I
and enemy
don't
shots
react
bright red
as
with pickups either
roughly
blue or
as I do
or
in
you
real
can
life.
Which is pretty rough,
Yeah.
as we may have seen a few times.
Yes, but for
adjust
me,
the game's
I
speed.
react that
Ahead
way
with these
to fucking
options,
scary
you
grudge
can
girls,
customize the
where
game for
I
your
cannot
maximum
look.
enjoyment.
I can't
Check
do
out
it.
the
So I would
controls.
love a mode
If
like
you
that
have any
for me,
suggestions from our
where
accessibility
I just
controls,
remove the
let me
scary grudge girl and like replace it with like a fucking like a dog-faced mutant or something, or like a man, you know.
But the gameplay itself still remains the same. It's still crawling on the ceiling. And okay.
You know, everything's the same. It's just like
Being chronically
this
ill is fun,
creature
but when
is
I'm well
different,
enough, gaming is
and
the
that's
best
it.
distraction from symptoms such as pain, and it gives me something to talk about with others,
I like how you
making
went
me
to
less
dog
isolated
face
despite living
first.
mostly in
So you
bed.
mostly lay in
My
bed.
hands don't
Which
always
sucks.
work all that well, so being able to
Yeah,
use
right.
games is really important. On On bad hand days, the only way I can play games is with a touchscreen, which is why I'm thrilled to be able to introduce this next game, which amongst other accessibility options supports touch input, as well as keyboard, mouse and controllers.
She didn't say what her disability is, but apparently she just lies in bed all day and has a lot of pain. So she could have like any number of symptoms, or she could just be lazy and fat. There's multiple things it could be.
She has gout.
Oh.
Well, she mentioned
Wait, just real quick, Vickerstead.
It probably is like a arthritis.
Vickerstead, if you have those episodes of EFAP, can you send them to me in DMs, please? I'd appreciate it. Send them along, okay?
Falls off the track, a countdown will alert you to an automatic restart. As you complete each challenge, You'll be rewarded with new vehicles as well as
I
the
am
opportunity
actually like
to
this is
compete
actually a
at a higher
mildly
difficulty.
interesting game.
Yeah.
It's like being a little
This
kid.
means more mayhem.
Yeah, but you have to
However,
like
there
get
are
them
always
across the
opportunities to
track, but
pause
like you
and
have
plan your
to
next
use
move.
the buttons to control like which
The
part,
game's
but some of
fixed
them keep
viewpoint
moving.
maximizes
I actually
comfort for
I
all
actually
players,
like this.
and the flipbook interface
I do,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a
allows
mechanic
for
like this in,
continuity.
you know, platforming games
Convenient
before.
audio-visual
I
cues
think
ensure that
Nintendo
literacy is
definitely
not a
has,
requirement to
if I'm not
play.
mistaken. Yeah,
Although you'll find
it's
support
not unheard of.
Wait, go back like 10 seconds. Go back.
You can't.
Rewind keyboard
You have
commands to
time.
their satisfaction. Difficulty. More vehicles means more mayhem. However, there are always opportunities to
was
pause
cool, though, yeah.
and
I
plan your
enjoy
next
it.
move.
Why buy
The game's
Hot Wheels?
fixed
You can just buy
viewpoint
this game.
maximizes comfort for all players, and the flipbook interface helps to maintain visual continuity. Convenient audio-visual cues ensure that literacy is not a requirement to play, although you'll find support
You don't have to
for over
read.
a dozen languages. Players can rewind keyboard commands to
Now
their
that's
satisfaction.
inclusive.
Wow.
With a single hand. Color
I like Dave's
configuration
joke
is
about
also
I'm not gonna
available
fool
for
you.
players
Please
to
use a
set their own
politician.
palette.
Blackface Trudeau. Oh my god.
Frolic and Roll is still under development.
Black
but
Justin's out
please
to get you.
Try out the demo on Steam and tell your friends.
Okay, what Rollick and Roll?
In
Rollick
Trash
and Roll.
Goblin,
Rollick and
you
Roll.
play as a cute little goblin running a cute little shop. You dig the dirt off trinkets,
Okay.
Oh,
clean
Trash
them up,
Goblin, that's
and then
right.
sell them to customers. Maybe you upcycle them.
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
you make
dude,
a tiny
Trash
profit.
Goblin.
Maybe you invest
Trash
that gold
Goblin.
into your shop.
This is a game that's
customizing
totally
it,
inclusive for me.
expanding it,
Yeah.
and trying out new and better tools. And we, the goblins developing it, have been trying out new and better ways to ensure
Actually,
that
you
as many
usually
of
say
you as possible
slop
can
goblin,
enjoy it.
but whatever.
For example,
Slop
during cleaning play, we added
Goblin.
dirt highlighter, which helps you find that last little bit of grime. And we chose to colour it blue to accommodate as much of the range of
Yeah,
colour
let's
vision
just, well,
deficiency
Gaming for the
as
Literate
possible.
should be fine because
Plus,
half Americans
now we
love it
highlight a
anyway.
trinket's edge when the sponge is hovering over it, for extra confidence.
You have
The
to
player
read.
can
Finally, a
navigate their
game
shop
for
with
the
the arrow
SFO
keys.
crew.
Thank
Being able
God.
to toggle the camera edge movement on or off. You can now also
Imagine
rotate
they just
trinkets
call
with the
this
WASD
show
keys,
Gaming
whilst choosing the object
for
rotation speed
retards.
that suits you best.
It's
We added a
back.
question
CNN
mark
said it's
Cancel off
fine.
the internet.
No,
to
CNN said it's back.
even
It's
for
fine
a
now.
true
This is
game.
Trump's
It allows you to
America.
find your
This
unique
is Trump's
episode of an
America.
icon.
Nothing
Plus,
is true.
it
Everything
enables
is
you to recall
permitted.
important customers, so you can take your time. And there's the Trinkepedia, handily
Yeah,
tracking
we
every
saw a
trinket you
trailer
found,
for this, and like
cleaned,
it
upcycled,
looked
and
like
sold.
kind of
Of
okay
course,
and
that's
like a
on top
little
of everything
funny.
we showed
Yeah.
in last
Yeah,
year's
you know, it's
accessibility
kind of like a
video.
cozy game.
There are intentionally no fail
Grandma's
states, time
egg,
pressures,
Witch
or
Crown,
skill
you know,
bits.
same thing.
In response to player feedback, we allow players to choose several control modes for
Now I'm not
cleaning
going
and
to
chipping.
lie, it
All
does
core interactions are
mildly annoy
achievable
me
with
in
just the mouse,
games like this
whilst the
when there
keyboard
is
can be
no
used for
fail
navigation as
states.
well.
Like just baked into the
we allow
game,
you to
I
control the size
do
and speed it displays
personally find it a
In fact,
little
we
annoying.
recently got
Yeah,
nominated
that'd be
for
some
our
way we
work on
can
this,
lose.
which
Just
is of
Well,
course
because-
if it's like a
we're excited
shopkeep
to work
game,
with
you
our
probably
community to
have
learn
you
and
have
to implement
gold.
even more
I mean,
accessibility
so if
features
you
into the game.
Yeah, but no,
Trash
they
Goblin is
said
out
there's no
now
fail
on
state.
Steam.
Zero failsafe whatsoever.
That's why I said that.
This fast-paced first-person retro shooter is Blow Up Avenge Humanity,
Guess we're
a
so
game
used to
developed
it.
by Half-Sunk
Having
Games.
that and be like, yeah, no,
The team
there's
at
no
Half-Sunk
losing
Games
this game.
provides a series of accessibility features so that everyone may be able to
Oh,
play
it just
and
makes me think
enjoy
of
the
Doom
game.
Eternal.
See these enemies?
Or sorry,
Wait, see those
When
enemies?
not
you
Eternal.
play figures,
Oh, you can
Dark
add,
Ages.
you can add like an outline to them.
now you won't miss
See,
them.
like this stuff's just fine.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah.
I have
Turn on the
enjoyed like
saturated
being able
background
to like
and
switch
highlight important
outlines
options
of
to
like
help you
various
see even
heroes
clearer.
and stuff. I don't really
This
use
is an
it too
extremely
often.
frantic game, packed
But
with lots
and
of
also
action
changing the
and fast
color of your
movements,
trigger.
which is why it also has accessibility options
I'm changing the
for
name
UI
of
and
this
screen
channel to
effects.
Retard Gaming.
Yeah.
Try reducing
Not
the
not
opacity of the HUD.
not your
Or
trigger,
changing
your
the
your
crosshair.
crosshair.
The
So that's always
activation
annoyed
mode
me in
and
games because I
customize the
feel
screen
like
to your liking.
Well, like when
my
it's
brain-
white, it blends in
Yeah,
with
my-
all the
so
screen.
many things, or if the enemies are like highlighted in red, and then your trigger is red,
Yeah.
your crosshair is red, and then it's just like this doesn't work. So usually I make the crosshair green.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the times, at least like the older games, when that was still an issue, it would have been basic enough that if you fire in the general direction of an enemy, it'll still hit them.
Yeah, but and this is for more modern games. You
yeah,
actually need to aim more.
we have our switch over now.
Yes.
I'm a white non-binary person in their mid-30s with a bright green mullet and wearing a blue hoodie that says Assigned Earth at birth on it with Entropology.com in tiny letters. My project is called
I'm not gonna
Entropology.
lie, Assigned at Birth
It's
is a little
a
like
narrative-driven
Assigned
queer
Earth
indie
at
game
Birth
that's
is a little
performed
funny.
live
Just
by
it
real
would be
actors
a
online.
much more
I'll show you
funny
some
hoodie if we had contact with alien life.
Assigned Earth.
Damn, it's just TikTok Tuesday.
It is. Oh my god.
Here, the view of the actors is overlaid with a live coding environment. With
what are we fucking?
I think we have to play this game.
Wait, hold on. Is this even a game? Hold on.
Procedurally generated. The show
I think
is
it
all
is,
about
yeah.
alien
It's
anthropology and
folk
multiverse that
based.
face a cataclysmic breakdown in the nature of reality. Our next performance is on the 15th of June, and you can register to see it
so
at
it's not a game, it's just a theater
tickets.
show.
The audience collectively shapes the story. through a web app that looks like the main character's janky computer
guys wanna
desktop.
play?
For example, in this footage, there's a purple taskbar
Federation
at the
and
top
Star
of the
Trek.
screen, and it looks like the actor's webcam view is in a video call program. The UI is all really simple, as if you're using a minimalist version of Linux that you might see on a Raspberry Pi. Our interaction
So it seems
mechanics
to
are
be
a bit
like
like
a
other narrative-driven
improv
indie video
theater
games.
thing with
Yeah.
audience
Vote
feedback,
for
but
what the main
like
character will
it's
say and
online
do.
improv
Sometimes they get to
theater.
write things
That's
in.
what it is.
And you
Or
choose
it's
what-
crowd
yeah.
crowd chosen, choose your own
Dude,
adventure.
okay. We all got to get a ticket for this. We're all gonna If you want to super chat at me, don't do it. Buy a ticket for this, and we'll all go to the next showing and just like destroy it.
I mean, you only have the choices.
You only have the choices that you can
No,
vote for.
there's a couple of them that said like type out something.
Oh,
yeah, and I was like,
I guarantee
Word.
you're gonna get locked out
Yeah,
immediately
it
if
would
you
be-
put anything
This would be super
anything
heavily
spicy at all.
modded.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Table made of holly, inlaid with decorative veneers of ebony, purple heart.
I mean, I'm not against the idea of crowd controlling, doing stuff like this.
I am. I'm against all of this. I want them all to suffer.
But what if we want you to suffer?
Then you join them.
Anthropology aims to tell stories about how world becomes smaller and more fragmented, how we can reconnect, and how we can build better worlds together. If that sounds exciting to you, please register for our next performance on the 15th of June. You can register at
That's in 9 days, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Isn't that the day that the PC version of Still Blade comes
Oh,
out?
Yes.
Sightless Combat.
Yeah, this dude again. Yeah, we saw him last year.
Thank you
Oh,
so much
yeah.
to the organisers for having me on board for this. It's always great to be able to talk about cool, new,
Why are your eyes
fun,
closed,
and
though?
interesting, and
He's
of course,
blind.
most importantly,
He's born without eyes.
accessible games.
There's no
Now, for
balls
those
in
that
there at
don't
all?
know me, I'm an
I
award
feel with no balls.
accessibility consultant and gamer without sight, having never had any sight
Dude, I can
whatsoever
just take
from the
that
UK,
Halo, so I
and
don't
also
even know.
accessible gaming
You said
officer
that last
for
time.
RNA.
I hear you.
Did I
That is
based
Royal National Institute of Blind
Dev
People, the
throughout
UK-based
the ages
sight
having the same
by way of
big-brained
description,
idea?
Yeah, and Dev called him
Right face
Squints
wearing a cap
Palarza
with
last
my logo
time.
on
Did
it.
I actually?
A pair
Yeah,
of
you're
crossed
a horrible
swords
person.
intersecting
That's
an
pretty
eye,
good. That's
and in
pretty
my
funny. You
background
know
there's
what?
a large amount of gaming
Thanks.
memorabilia
Thanks,
that I've
half Dev,
accumulated
for,
over
like,
the
old
years.
Dev.
It's
Half
what my
Dev.
community is called.
I read half Asian in the chat.
No, it's
That's the game
half
I'm going to
Dev.
Thanks,
introduce
old
you
Dev.
today, if you're not familiar with it. It's actually one that I've played before in a demo form, and it's from a
Point of
genre that
decorating
is
if you
kind
can
of
see
accessible
it.
by accident
Yeah, what the
or by
fuck?
trial
You
and
can
error,
feel
depending
it.
on who you ask.
I don't
And
know.
that is rhythm games.
Rhythm
Yes, I get
games,
to talk about an
yep.
accessible rhythm game. And
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
played the demo, I think it was last year.
I wonder if like
and
your
was very,
eyelids
very
feel
pleased
like
and impressed.
weird and droopy
And I've
if
been
there's no
keeping an eye
eyeballs
on it
there to
ever
like
since, and the
puff 'em
developers
up a
have
bit.
continued to make
Probably.
updates
There's
even
like
to the demo build.
Yeah,
And added audio
there's like a little bit
description
of puff
and
there,
a bunch of
but
other
you can see how
interesting
sunken
cool
it looks, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like remappable controls, which is
my
great
knowledge,
to see.
which I might be
But
wrong
I'm
about,
not
if
going to try and
anyone
spoil
doesn't
anything,
have
other
an
than saying
eyeball,
that
correct me.
if you're a fan of
But
Rhythm Heaven and
you're
minigames
without
and interesting
like
challenges,
something in there,
then
your
I think
eyelid
this
is
game will
just naturally
probably be for
closed.
you.
Yes.
But without further
Yeah,
ado,
yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
get to the name of the
yeah,
So
game.
like
yeah,
it
So I'm going to
probably
introduce
Stopping
you
germs and stuff, yeah.
from
yeah,
the wonderful
but
folks
no,
at
no, no.
Turbo
Like
Lab Games.
you're not
This
closing
is
your eyes. It's
Bits and
just
Bops.
because of
No, it's like
gravity.
yeah.
They just like to close.
Oh, this game! I tried a demo for it. I played like a couple levels. It's not
I wonder
bad.
if you ever like tried to like touch the inside of his eye.
Probably.
As a kid, yeah, probably.
He's like, what's going on there, dude?
Okay, so yeah, this is like a rhythm game. There's a little bit of like WarioWare Ink kind of,
Dude, drug smuggler in the eye, like a little baggie and just like.
Right. Or wait, no, what am I thinking of?
And then if someone tries to like, shut up for a minute. If someone tries to like steal it from you, like the cops, he's like, how dare you? I'm disabled. Well, I'm gonna fucking sue the cops for that, dude. You could run so many drugs. It'd be amazing.
Do you want me to take out your eye, Dev?
Oh,
I can take out both.
Emerges with a splash. A multicolored beach ball descends from the top of the frame.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, okay, yeah, no, fake eye, but it's hollow and drugs inside of it. Oh my god, dude!
What kind of drugs would fit inside of a fake eye?
Like a little baggie of cocaine or something.
Yes, I'm gonna smuggle one tiny ass baggie of
one little bag of
cocaine.
cocaine. Also, taking the eye,
Shut up
putting
for a
it in and
minute.
out constantly like that's leading. That could lead to
There are there's some drugs where like very small amounts will do a lot. So just like put that in there.
Nanomachines, son. Yeah, I played this level.
Now get out there and snack some photos.
It's literally just rhythm
Bits and Bops features more than 20 rhythm
Ba, ba, ba,
mini-games, each with simple
But for
controls.
PC, it's on
The
Steam.
upbeat original tunes are sure to have you bopping
Coke,
along,
X,
while beautiful
MDMA,
hand-drawn
meth,
2D art helps bring
fentanyl.
everything to
Dude,
life.
yeah. Lots of drugs there are very potent in small amounts, so...
Oh, this level is way harder.
Two boxes fill the frame. The blocks move smoothly.
Bam,
from box
bam,
one to
bam.
box two.
Yeah, probably Trash Panda. You should be ashamed for your inaccessibility in your games. Didn't we see a trailer for this? It was actually made by the people who made Rhythm Heaven.
The window blind is down and the room is dim. The blind lifts to reveal a blue wren on the windowsill where the radio previously sat. The birds talk about their home lives. The family and the canary eats chips.
Hey, it's trads versus everyone else. This is the millennial dichotomy. This is. Oh my god, it really is.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, guy born without balls puts the drugs in the ball sack.
Bits and bobs. Releasing soon.
Again.
Like he has the sack but no ball inside.
Hello, everyone.
Again.
There's so many ways to do it.
Again, possible, but also very
This year's
dangerous.
Accessibility Summer Showcase is nearly over, with just one trailer left before we draw to a
He's
close.
born with no balls and a ball sack. That does not mean that the ball sack is accessible without cutting it open.
Dude, listen, you want to make money? You got
Oh,
yeah, man.
I mean, yeah.
Install a little hatch in there.
People
Little
smuggle
zipper.
drugs in their stomachs and shit.
Yeah, fuck, why not?
Or they put it in their
Thank you to
ass.
Sightless Combat, who has narrated
Yeah,
the
Dev just
audio
really likes. He
version
just
of
likes the
Summer
idea of
Showcase for the
smuggling
past 2
drugs.
years.
He just really, really wants to see
Stop trying to smuggle drugs.
To share their stories in this year's showcase, and every game developer who trusted me to showcase their games this year. And a massive thank you to Many Cat Studios, whose support sponsoring the show this year was instrumental in helping to ensure that our British Sign Language interpreted version of the showcase could go ahead with minimal stress. Currently, the plan is for us to return in December with the first Accessibility Window Showcase. We have
Oh
plans
my
to launch
god,
the
we
Window
can watch
Showcase
this
in
again
2024,
this year.
but due to some unexpected hurdles, had to push back the event's
God, I
debut.
hope I'm not here anymore.
If you want to see more accessible game trailers, tune in Thursday, December 11th, 2025
I think we should
at
watch
4 p.m.
it
UK,
again.
11 a.m. Eastern,
But,
and 8 a.m.
like,
Pacific. This first winter
understand
showcase
why
will
they're
be a
doing
test
more.
run for making the showcase run twice annually.
But that's
Tune
not
in
what
if you'd
we're
like
It's
to see
just
the
funny
showcase
though
regularly
because this is
published
a
every
a
winter
channel with
going forward.
22,000 subs
With that
and
said,
3,000
thank you
views
all
on the
so much
video.
for tuning in to another
that's fine.
Accessibility
Very
Summer
small audience
Showcase.
comparatively.
I hope you enjoy our last trailer and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye.
This is
Bye.
Oh my god, Coming Home.
In the dead of night, you hear someone lurking
Oh,
outside,
I see.
but you are
It's
not
just
defenseless.
Five Nights at Freddy's
Watch the
only.
cameras,
I think the
barricade your
main
doors, and
thing
have your
though
gun at
that
the
I find
ready.
annoying
Our
with a
game
lot
is
of people
inspired by
doing like
retro slasher
accessibility
classics, but our approach to
reading
accessibility
descriptions
is emphatically
is that they
modern.
use AI to
The
voice
game
it.
supports
Yeah.
directional
And it just
closed
it
captioning.
honestly
This is
it
an AI
feels
voice.
so
Sound effects
jarring.
accompanied by
Yeah.
closed captioning.
And I'm just
But
like,
the game
Well, you know what it
composition
is? I think
captions where
if
the
they
sound
actually
came
made
from.
it like
High contrast
a
mode can
real
render the
thing
sundown rippers
that actually
and
has a
any
lot of
interactable elements with brighter, more distinct colors to help distinguish them from the environment.
Oh, so you're
Collectible
just
documents
Sam
have
Fisher.
clear text transcripts
they
to help
would
with readability,
if
as
it
well
was
as
actually
visual
like a
descriptions.
voiced thing
The
that
game
had
also
personality,
features
then
screen
everyone
reader
would
support
want
for
to
these
play that.
transcripts,
Yeah, but that
as
takes
well
more
as
money.
all UI
And
elements.
people.
It's
The
not about
default
money. It's not about
control
money.
scheme
It's
uses
about the
a
fact that it
keyboard
would
and
become
mouse.
a
You can
part
play
of
the
the
game with only
game,
one
and
or
so
the other.
people wouldn't want to turn it off.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
just
oh,
so
Any
the
mechanics
game is
requiring
all like
holding
just
an input can
internally
be
accessible
changed to a
already.
toggle.
yeah.
Coming Home is
that's fine by me.
presented as an
Yeah, I
authentic
guess.
80s
But then,
slasher
like,
film.
if the
CRT
game
and
wasn't meant to
VHS
have a
effects can be
narrator,
toned
and
down
then they make
or
a
even
funny
disabled
narrator,
to
it'll be all
enhance
about the
readability.
narration.
Coming
And
Home
then it's like, well, now
categorizes all
everyone's
sound
gonna play with the
effects and allows
narration.
you to
And
tweak
then
their volumes
it's like
by category. You
basically
can decrease the
making
volume
the
of
narrator
conspicuous sounds
like
revealing the
jarring
rapper's
and not
positions,
part of the
but
game
decrease the volume of sound effects that
makes
can
it
trigger
more
misophonia.
likely
A
that only
persistent
people who
crosshair can be
need it
enabled
will
to help
use
with
it, which
motion
makes it
sickness,
more of an
as well
accessibility
as an
thing
aim
and less of
cone
a
to
design
visualize
choice.
the range
I think
of
it's
the
just
revolver.
more that
They're dead set on making sure
I
anyone can play Coming Home, no
most
matter
of
what
how
their
they
preferences
sound
are.
Yeah.
a
Sundown
lot.
rippers don't
It
discriminate,
actually
and they
like
aren't
brings
picky.
out a small
When it's sundown,
visceral
no one is safe.
hate reaction in me.
Oh my god, anyway.
Yeah, I really don't like it. That's why I want it to
fair
change.
enough. Fair enough.
It's not all of the AI voices,
Oh
but
my
a
god, it's
lot
a big
of them.
chicken. I think I know what you mean.
Wish
Yeah.
list Coming Home now on Steam.
But, like I don't want it to be like funny and special. I just want it to be
Nope.
like voiced by an actual
Oh,
person.
This is Rose's stream. Which we're not watching right now.
No.
So yeah,
It's 4:52. We're not
that's
late. Hooray!
dude, we actually caught up.
Yeah, we're
Dave,
actually
you
on
were
time.
complete. We're gonna be late. Oh, you're just
Yeah,
fine, you
God
little
damn, Dave.
dog,
Fucking-
Dave.
You whining baby.
Listen, you're both perverts. So I'm gonna both have you chemically and physically castrated after this.
Just show me.
No. It's
Okay.
Years of in
So-
the making.
Just let me be a
We
pervert.
have.
Let me go.
Fine.
So
Not him though.
we've now completed the Accessibility Summer Showcase, and that leaves us with
You know what? That
Summer
was,
Games
that was
Fest.
less painful than it was the other
last
years.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll turn off my music and just listen to theirs. Okay.
That's a bit loud.
It is. We'll just turn it down for now. Chat's going wild.
It's like, hey, how can we sound like James Bond? Only it
I will
sucks.
forever stay bad at the people who super super chat. These fucking...
Yeah, like, what are you guys doing? Give your super chats to me.
No self-debber.
VTubers versus
what the fuck? I mean, yeah.
Look at all this money rolling and whoa, it's going!
I don't know what a try is in terms of the actual name of the currency.
Listen, Jeff Keighley needs the money, okay?
For what?
Did you guys see the state of play? Yes.
Yes, we did. We just watched it.
Yeah. He needs presents.
The only thing I ever super chat is you guys. I don't think I've actually got funny for once. Fine.
See, I told you all your
I'll
jokes
earn
are
your
bad.
super chat right now, Ted. Want to know something funny? My life.
It was so bad.
So accurate.
Okay. All right. Oh, Vash the Dash just gave us a sub. Thanks, man. What's going on?
Cheers.
Thank you.
You've also been, oh wow, almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Guys, what is wrong with you?
We're looking forward to for everyone. Actually, you know what we'll do?
Yeah.
We'll answer that in a moment, but we do actually have, we have 6 minutes before this starts.
Okay, we should actually take that time.
Yeah, we should actually take a break this time.
Yep.
So, maybe 3-minute break. Gotta go to the washroom, maybe get like a water refresh or something. We'll be back before the show starts, okay? And we'll talk about what we're looking forward to. All right?
Yep.
BRB, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for being here. Ted says that was actually decent. Thank you.